What's up, everybody? Welcome to the 48th episode of the PS Pony podcast, where once a week, every week, me and my best friend Ron get together with you to bring you all of the video game news you need to know about. Ron, how you been? What's going on? New Year's just happened. Yeah. This is the first episode of 2022.
I saw that old meme on Twitter from like 2012, and it said it was like the first mistake you'll make this year, and it's written out in text 2012, but then they add the little bump at the bottom for 2013.
Oh, yeah,
and I saw that, and I was like, oh my god, I remember seeing that back in middle school, which was disgusting.
Yeah, dude, it's crazy, especially for me, because like with work at like Dick's, like a lot of it's like year catalogs and everything I've been used to seeing is like 2021, and I'm thinking I'm thinking like, oh, 2021 is like new stuff. I'm like, no, it's not.
Yeah. For my stuff with work, whenever we work with clients, a lot of them do like year-long archives. So I'm already thinking of 2023.
Oh, okay.
When I'm building these. And
right.
Since November, it's like, all right, we're prepping for January, February rush. So we're going to build for 22, expire in 23. I'm already thinking 23. And I'm way too far ahead of that, and I hate that. It makes the year fly by, which is insane.
I can imagine.
Yeah. But no, I've been good. Third day of the new year, January 3rd. But so far, so good.
Nice,
just
dude.
Chilling,
nice.
Honestly. I mean, I just went back to work. It was my first day since Christmas, like the day before Christmas Eve.
Yeah.
23rd. Same with you.
Yeah, literally. So what have you been up to? What have you been playing while we've been apart? We haven't talked to each other really much at all this past week because I've just been away.
Well, you were in Deep Creek
with
the family, and I just didn't really... If I played, I was playing Overwatch because since I was off so much, Greg took full advantage of that.
Yeah.
And made sure I play with him. I got to Plat on Tank, and then I got to Gold on DPS. And
Nice.
Yeah, after that long hiatus of not playing, my rank tanked, so to get it back up.
Yeah.
But yeah, I've been playing that mainly, and I've been hopping into Persona 5 Royale. I finished the second Palace.
Oh, wow. Okay.
That's as far in as I am. I wanted to get farther, but I don't know. I kind of just wanted to relax. That 10 days I was off because I haven't had that time in a while.
Sure.
Watched Attack on Titan. Oh, yeah, I finished Witcher. So, yeah, season 2.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Oh, no way.
I finished season 2, and then you didn't text me back. And
did you?
Yeah. Because like an hour or so later, I texted you saying Happy New Year. And I was like, all right, cool.
Oh, if it was New Year's Eve, dude, I just wasn't looking at my phone.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't think you would be. But yeah, I finished season 2.
I missed it.
Because I was going to do an episode a day. And then it was New Year's Eve. Greg was with his girlfriend, and then Aaron was with Aaron was working. And then I was like, all right, well, I'm just going to binge it. I said, screw it.
What'd you think of it?
It's mid, but like, I'm not looking at it as a book reader. I'm looking at it as just a form of entertainment at this point, and that's just how you have to do it.
Yeah.
I really don't like what they did with Yen.
I hate what they did with Yen.
Yeah. I liked her a lot in season 1.
Yeah.
But she's like kind of really edgy and swears a lot.
That's, dude, like...
That throws me off. I loved episode 1.
Oh, episode 1 I think was the best out of all of them.
I love that story.
Oh, yeah.
Book.
Yeah.
And granted, they had to change it up because Ciri wasn't there in the book.
Yeah.
So it's fine. But
yeah, and like,
it's still good.
I'm all good. I'm all down for that. Like, I hate that they killed Askel. Spoilers, by the way, guys.
Whatever. I think that was stupid. I thought it was so dumb. There was like 10 other freaking Witchers.
I know. Well, I saw something too that like, for people who don't know the like content, like haven't played the games or read the books or anything, your first perception of Eskel is like, oh, this is like the edgy, like kind of asshole Witcher who's like...
He's not even an asshole.
No. Yeah, like,
he's
so...
like the nicest one.
Yeah, and like, so that's like... So for me watching it, knowing that about him, I was like, oh, what's up with Eskel? What's going on with him? But like, if you have no like base on like the books or the games, you're probably just like, oh, okay, whatever. And then they don't address the fact that that's abnormal behavior for him until after the episode when they do like those little flashbacks.
Yeah.
Like,
two things. Also, I hated the actor.
Eskel?
I didn't mind his performance, but I think the pick was really off. Yeah.
I honestly don't even know. I can't even like give an opinion.
Episode,
yeah,
so
that's it. Yeah,
just like, all right, here you go.
Yeah.
But the other thing, I really hate they fed him to wolves.
Did they feed him?
Yeah.
Is that what happened?
First of all, he's a tree now, so good luck, wolves. And second off, they burn witchers when they die.
Oh yeah, they do.
Yeah. Vesemir, and then if you got the really bad ending with Lambert, he gets burned too. They burn him. And I was like, are you kidding me? He's literally Kindle. Just burn the Kindle.
I didn't even know. I thought maybe the wolves ate him, but I didn't know if this was like maybe some spiritual thing where the wolves take him or something like that.
On him.
Did they?
100% ate him.
Dude.
They're like, all right, they're here. And
yeah.
they left.
I also didn't like Vesemir's whole arc of like wanting to make Witchers, because I think in all the other content, like they're all like, oh, we're good. Like this is over, you know?
I didn't mind that much. Because it makes sense because he just...
It does.
They needed him to do something.
Right, it does.
He was really out of shape, also.
Vesemir, I mean, I feel so was the one from the games, right?
I mean, not really. I think he's just old, but like he just didn't look like...
Yeah, but I guess like... Wait, here...
I liked his actor. I think everyone did good with the lines they were given.
I loved Dijkstra's actor.
I think he's perfect.
I think he's a great casting for that.
I think him, Henry Cavill, and whoever plays Ciri are the three like best.
Yeah, and like back
Ciri's
to
growing on me.
Yeah, and I think this season's especially because like she just has more of a role.
And she's older.
Yeah.
Now too.
I think I didn't like Yen in the first season. My issue with Yen, especially in this season too, is that like my perception of Yen is from the books. Well, from the books and from the game. And like Yen strikes me as this like worldly badass person who she at this point, like what, she's like 150 years old.
Yeah.
She strikes me as a average 17-year-old.
Right.
Like she just seems like she doesn't seem like
found black clothes and is like
she just seems like she's whiny and complains about everything, and she makes everything so dramatic. And even if that's how Yen feels, I feel like with the book and video game version of Yen, you don't see that unless it's in private, or specifically like with Geralt. Like you don't see Yen drop that like stone wall front or mask in front of other people.
Yeah, I think more with the games though is Yen's only in Witcher 3, and she's grown up like a shit ton.
Yeah,
considering she almost died.
Yeah.
Basically died.
Yeah.
And then now Ciri's just older, and that's like her thing. Whereas like in this one, she didn't have Ciri or anyone to really give a shit about, especially how her and Geralt ended in season 1.
Yeah.
So I think that's kind of how I took it. I liked her a lot in season 1, and this one I'm not. Really she wasn't even in that book either.
No, she's not. That I think
I didn't mind them giving her a story because it makes sense.
Yeah, and like that's something the showrunner said, was that like since Yen is so absent from that, she didn't want to completely remove her from the story. They wanted to give her something to do, and this was the best like thing that they felt for her. But at the same time, like I get that, but also we didn't see Bran from Game of Thrones for like a season and a half.
Yeah.
And like
the most important character in the end.
Yeah, I feel like you can definitely get away with like removing characters when they don't need to be in there. And
I think the problem with making her a part of the story is that it drastically changes everybody else's story.
Yeah.
The whole thing with Ciri.
Yeah.
Like Lambert dying and then just everything. Oh, I mean, Geralt is just with Ciri the whole time.
Yeah.
So it just drastically changes every other plot, so they can't tell these other short stories that I think would have been nice to tell.
I agree, and honestly, like I think I said this before. I don't think on the podcast, but I feel like it would have been better if they just had like the first season, not even involve like maybe give background of Ciri and stuff like that, but more so just focusing really just on those short stories. Like every episode is like the monster of the week type of episode, and like that's just like all those short stories are. And
they did it with season 1. They just combined 2 books.
Right.
I love those first 2, the prequels books, like the short stories.
They're really good.
Them, and
They're
then
really
I started
good.
reading the actual books, and there's just too much politics.
There's
I don't care about.
There's so much happening. I actually just I started listening to The Last Wish again. Again, I actually read The Last Wish the first time.
Yeah.
But I started listening to that while I work and like just do other things. I actually listened to it on the way here, and I think I'm gonna listen to the whole series again just because I feel like I have the groundwork, that framework of like from reading it the first time, and I think I'm excited to get back into it. But
there's just too much like politics in it that just makes it so boring for me, which is why I like the games more. Just more action. I really want to play the older games, but the first one's so outdated. I can't.
You
need a ground up remaster, and I don't think CD PR is focusing anything.
No, there's no shot we get that, especially with all the. Well, they're just in a. As far as Witcher's concerned, they're in a weird spot, but they're also in a great spot. Like, if they're gonna dedicate the time to do that, like, why wouldn't they just dedicate that time to make a new game?
Yeah,
you know.
Witcher. Thankfully, even with the downfall of Cyberpunk, Witcher 3 is still getting even more love now.
Oh yeah, dude, and like I saw a card through Gwent, a card comparison of Gwent cards for like the different characters with like the show, and they're all pretty spot on. I don't like that they revealed that Emir is Ciri's dad.
Right?
At the end of season 2.
I didn't like that.
I thought that was a really big mistake. Mainly because, like, I don't know if you got that far in the books, but, like, in the books, when it's, like, revealed that that's the case, and, like, it gets onto this whole other thing of, like, Emir has every intention of marrying and having a child with Ciri because that's what he, from his imperial thing, that's from the political place, that's what he has to do in order to ensure the power and how everything's going to transform, and the bloodline of Ciri's elder blood, right? But...
Well, that was Blood of Elves that got revealed, right?
I don't know.
Because that's... I'm trying to look at the shelf. Yeah, because it went Blood of Elves, Time of Contempt, and I stopped at Time of Contempt.
Maybe, yeah.
I think it was Blood of... I did read that, but I honestly forgot.
Yeah.
He was Ciri's dad. Because they revealed at the end, I was like, wait a second, what? And I was like, oh, wait, shit, that's right. Because when we played Witcher 3, I remember you asking me, because I just beat the whole game like twice, and you were going back to play. You were like, is Emir like Ciri's dad? And I said... No, they kind of said it was like blah blah blah, and then I was like, oh wait, yeah, never mind. I feel like an idiot.
Yeah,
it totally is. I just forgot.
Yeah, so like it's just like this crazy like. I wish they revealed it in that way. I wish like they did set it up as like keeping up the facade, even if like they like let us know Emir is her father, but like in the world like. Everyone else doesn't know. I think that is more important than anything. Like honestly, if like he didn't make a point at the end to say like I'm find my daughter, if he just like turned around and us as the viewer had to be like, wait a second, isn't that the same guy as like the thing? You know?
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I wasn't that big of a fan.
Which, like, I guess in, like, books it's easier to do that and involve him and have him in a speaking role because, like, you don't know what he looks like. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
So, but, yeah. That's
Especially he has a different name.
Yeah, literally.
So, it's easier in the
yeah.
books.
And Kaer, dude. I'm not loving where Kaer's... the direction they're taking Kaer in because I don't think you did get as far to like see his whole plot development, but he is like one of my favorite characters from the series, and I just don't see how they're gonna do anything like that.
I read snippets of Regis's story online just from people talking about how much they love him. I'm worried what they do with Regis.
Regis is awesome. Regis
really
is amazing.
Up,
and after reading the books, it makes sense why like in
Witcher 3.
In Blood and Wine, why when Geralt sees him, he's like, "What are you doing here?" Like, holy crap, because he dies in the books.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I'm excited, dude. I'm excited to see what happens. I'm not the biggest fan of season 2, but we'll see we'll see where it goes. So that was our review of The Witcher season 2.
Yeah.
For those of you who didn't ask.
We haven't talked. we were gonna text about it, then you left me on red. Felt really bad. Cried myself to sleep.
Well, dude, I didn't even see it.
I know.
I know.
But hey, Zach, you can change yourself, but not as much as Shaquille O'Neal changed the lives of 2,000 kids.
Yeah.
Did you hear about this?
I did. Oh, I've heard about this. I've read about it.
I saw this morning. It was on Fadeaway World, More Than Sports. Never even heard of this. Our news article before.
Yeah, neither have I.
But Shaquille O'Neal gifted 1,000 PS5s and 1,000 Nintendo Switches to underprivileged kids on Christmas, which is massive, which is awesome. Good for him for scalping. Great job, Shaq.
Yeah.
But the little snippet that was quoted from Shaquille just went on and said, "My father was a drill sergeant. My mother was just a hardworking woman. They had little, but they taught me the value of giving back. They taught me the value of helping those in need. I called, my friend from Nintendo Switch, ordered about 1,000 Switches and 1,000 PS5s. I went to Walmart and got bikes. So, yesterday at this little elementary school in McDonough, Georgia, kids were crying, kids were happy, and that's what it's all about." You do
that is what it's all about,
Ron.
Ron.
Turn yourself around. BoJack Horseman. I love that. It's
Yeah,
nice
dude,
that
it's great.
It's good that you can get these consoles just by giving them away.
Yeah.
So it's like you could just call the corporations are just giving them out. They're like, all right, yeah, here.
Right, especially for that reason, you know what I mean? Like they're like realistically with the chip shortages and everything, like Sony has every like right to be like, no, like we can barely get these in consumers' hands, we can't give you them. But I mean, they're going to a great cause, and it's just great.
It's all about the smile.
Right, right, and at the end of the day, I'd rather have 1,000 free PS5s going to children in need or children who aren't as well off as everyone else, as opposed to 1,000 getting in the hands of scalpers. Right, which exactly. Yeah. But this is awesome. This is an amazing story, especially with the Switches.
Because that's a very family-oriented console.
Exactly. So hopefully these kids are getting a bunch of value and a bunch of great times with it. So
that's a lot of kids in an elementary school, though. That's what I was thinking. He had to have gone to a couple of schools, maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In
our high school we had. Well, actually, it's a lie. In our high school, we had like 1,200 kids.
Yeah,
it was 300 per class.
Yeah,
so I guess that's fair.
Just depends. I'd imagine it's multiple
Granted,
schools.
Where we are, there are so many schools. Where I'm sure in other states, I think Pennsylvania has the highest amount of colleges in the country per state.
Oh, really?
I think so. Colleges and schools, I believe we have the most in.
Oh, wow.
We're not ranked that high on education.
I think like Texas would.
I forget, but there's just so many small schools though in Pennsylvania.
Yeah, that's true.
But yeah, I mean, it could be bigger, but that's awesome.
Yeah, dude, it's great.
Yeah,
big fan of that.
Zachary,
yo,
Elden Ring.
What about it?
Out next month.
Is it next month? Really?
Yeah.
I haven't heard.
Yeah, you haven't heard?
It's crazy.
Anticipated game of 2022.
What?
According to the Game Awards.
I don't even know this game existed.
Yeah, crazy. Greg actually said he wants it.
Oh, does he really?
Yeah.
Hey, good for him.
I'm hyped.
Look at that.
I want it as well. It's just a matter of like, when the hell am I gonna play it?
Yeah.
I think it comes out before Horizon.
Yeah.
So Sci-Fu next month also. But in terms of Elden Ring, from VideoGameChronicle.com, written by Andy Robinson. Article is titled "That's Miyazaki says," I believe he's a developer of Elden Ring, says that Elden Ring's graphics team felt extra pressure due to Demon Souls on PS5. I haven't played Demon Souls. You got it for Christmas. You haven't played it yet.
I haven't touched it yet, no.
But I've seen clips of the dragons breathing fire and a lot of the combat.
It looks beautiful.
Looks absolutely.
Yeah.
For a PS3 game remaster, they
did
a
dude.
really, really good job.
Was it PS3 or PS2?
PS3.
Was it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it came out, I think it was like the 10-year anniversary or something like that.
I guess it came out in 2009. So yeah, it would have been PS3. Wow.
Yeah, but that's awesome to hear. So I'm was already expecting the game to look as beautiful as it was, because we've only seen the footage. We haven't obviously worked on the game or anything to know what the pressure is, but I feel that is a big comparison to games like Bloodborne, because I feel that Demon Souls was the next like Sony Bloodborne.
Yeah, iteration
and
of that.
If it's looking that good, then you need to make this next game it's gonna sell like freaking crazy.
Oh yeah, dude.
Look even better. Or just
absolutely.
I think that just goes to show like the quality of Sony IPs too. Just because in the graphics department, I haven't played a Sony game in a while that's looked bad. And
yeah,
if
dude.
It's looked under par. It's just because it's meant to.
Yeah, exactly, dude. I don't think I've played a bad looking PlayStation exclusive since like PS3, maybe. I want to say maybe like the Uncharted remastered, but like I don't really think you can like say that either.
Because that wasn't like a ground up.
Yeah,
it wasn't
right.
A remake. Demon Souls is more of a remake.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, I feel like all of Sony's exclusives always take full
use of the console.
Use of everything that the console has to work with.
Exclusives in general. I mean,
right.
Remember you played Halo 3 for the first time?
Yeah.
It looked awesome.
It looked great.
Even the new Halo looks pretty good.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah.
Not before, but now.
Imagine buying it though. Get it on Games Pass for free. Imagine.
Yeah, games for free. What? Who wants that?
I want to spend $70 every time.
Exactly.
And then own
multiple times a year.
I want to buy it digitally and say I own it, But if I get console banned, I'm never seeing that game again.
No, I want to spend $70 when the game drops, and then spend $70 every 6 months on a battle pass round. That's what I want to do.
DLC.
Yeah.
Expansions.
Exactly.
Loot boxes. Everything.
Hey, all of it for just one skin. Even though I don't want everything else in the bundle, that's what I want to do. I want to drop $20 every time I want to get a new ghost skin.
Because that's hipster.
The Saw skin.
Trendy. Saw. Cold War.
Oh, the Saw, dude.
I hate that skin.
I hate Saw. I hate they have a Leatherface skin that I never even see. I hate that bunny, the Danny Darko bunny, dude. I hate all those licensed skins. The John McClane from Die Hard skin. Get out of here.
The John McClane one because it actually looks war.
It honestly looks. It just kind of looks like that beat up Adler skin.
Yeah.
You know, that's what I think every time I see it, but. Dude,
anyway,
the clowns, dude. The clowns, get out of here. That's nonsense.
Don't even, if it's like Krampus.
Yeah.
Fuck Krampus.
Actually, the Krampus skin would be pretty sexy.
It would be.
Which honestly, I think they took that Donnie Darko skin and just reworked it a little bit. So.
And then made it extra annoying.
Yeah, exactly.
I cannot wait for that event to be over.
Is it not?
No.
Oh.
It's a couple more days. It's gonna go past their holiday break.
Yeah, that's fair.
Because they're not gonna have them work.
Right.
They need to save face real bad right now.
Yeah.
So
I agree.
Anyway, yeah, that's your Demon Souls Demon Souls / Elden Ring news. Even though there really wasn't much, we kind of ranted about Sony because that's what we do on the PSPonies podcast. But I'm excited for this game. I don't know if it'll be a day one cop, but I'm gonna buy it.
I'm real excited for it. I've deliberately not seen anything other than what has been in showcases and things like that, just because I'm just ready for whatever this game has to offer. So yeah, I'm lit for it. Moving on though, for those of you who are interested in the PS5, more specifically the PS5 controller, there is now an app that lets you mess around and try out different settings for the DualSense triggers, or I should say the adaptive triggers. This app is $199, and it allows you to customize things like vibration, feedback, how much weight you have to put on the controller before it does give resistance. You can even change the light bar on the PS5 controller.
So does this permanently
That is
change
what I'm very confused on. Okay. Because, so reading through this article, it sounds like it actually lets you customize everything. But in my experience, the triggers and the way they work is different depending on each game. Mm-hmm. So does it override that and just go off of what your settings are? Because I don't know.
It might just be when it's connected to your iPhone.
That could also be the case as well.
That's what I believe it would be. Your iPhone and iPad. And
so if you're playing games on your iPhone or iPad,
or your Mac,
that would actually be pretty awesome.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
I think that's just how they would do it.
Yeah.
Especially if you're streaming games from... can you get the SharePlay app on Mac? You can.
Yeah, I tried it. It didn't work very well for me.
Yeah. With
your
internet. Granted, SharePlay and Sony with cloud isn't really the best either.
Yeah, granted, it was my internet sucks, but also I feel like I just didn't... First, I tried Call of Duty. I tried Vanguard online, and it just got really difficult to play. And then I was like, you know what? I'll load up Hades. Hey, it actually worked really well until I got in a room with a lot of things.
Yeah,
and then it just
died on you.
Yeah. So maybe if I get better Wi-Fi, maybe we'll see how that works. Day. But yeah, but I'll read this little blurb explaining on how this works, because whenever I read it wasn't super clear. Maybe you hearing it will allude to more enlightened things. So you'll need to connect your DualSense controller to the mobile device to start. Afterward, it is pretty straightforward. The UI is direct and gives you access to a few things, such as how much battery life is on the controller, the ability to change the light color on the DualSense controller, and of course, play around with the triggers. The trigger options themselves are robust. You can test out the vibration, feedback, and weapon feedback on the L2 and R2 triggers on the controller. So, for example, if you want to test the vibration feedback on the triggers, you can adjust the start position or how much weight you need to press on the triggers before it responds, along with the frequency of the vibration effect. And there are individual buttons for each trigger. So if you want to test different settings for either trigger, you would just need to tap the appropriate button as shown in the image above, which you guys obviously can't see. So,
I mean, it looks pretty straightforward.
It does. And I'm curious if this just lets you like just mess around with the controller just in general and play with it in the app as opposed to actually setting anything. But yeah, so the app costs $199 and is available on the Apple App Store. It is available for iOS and iPad OS 14.5 or later. There is no way to do this on the Mac at the moment. Or I'm sorry, there is a way to do it on the Mac as well, but you do need a Mac that is running with the M1 chip.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's interesting. Yeah. I mean, they probably just built it around it because all Macs are going to end up having that anyway.
I agree. Yeah, most likely. But
that's cool to also say like the actual number battery percentage on your controller too.
Yeah, and there are no plans to bring this to Android as well.
No plans.
No plans.
They said just no. I think Apple has like a lot of support with Sony. You can buy PlayStation controllers off Apple's site.
The guy that made it, he doesn't know how to code for Android. So that's why he said so. In here, he did tell IGN that he would love to learn how to code for Android to do this, but that's also that who knows what's going to happen with that. But yeah, that's really cool. This is a really cool app. I was thinking about buying it and messing around with it, but I don't know. I also don't want to mess up anything on my controller.
Well, you can always just reset it.
Can you? Is there a reset button
on the back?
Oh, like on the control. I see what you're saying. Okay, I mean that's true.
Be a reset to default option, I would imagine.
Yeah, I do wish. Speaking of this battery percentage, I do wish that if you hit the home button, rather than those 4 bars, it just gave you a percentage.
Yeah,
that would be pretty awesome.
When my controller says it needs charged, it lasts another 2 to 3 hours.
Yeah, exactly. I remember when I was playing It Takes Two with Elise. Her thing came up and said, "Oh, blah 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 needs to charge the controller." She's like, "Oh, do we need to charge this?" I was like, "No." Just wait. We have like it's just 2 or 3 hours before that's the issue.
Pause if it does.
Yeah, exactly.
Zach, new month, new PlayStation games for free with an asterisk at the end.
Yeah.
If you subscribe to it. PlayStation Now games, Zach, you have a little bit of info on that?
Yes, so new games coming to PlayStation Now on January 2022 includes the Mortal Kombat 11, Final Fantasy 12, and more. Final Fantasy blah 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 blah.
12.
No, is that 12? That is 12. The Zodiac Age, Fury Unleashed, Unturned, Super Time Force Ultra, and Kerbal Space Program Enhanced Edition are also following that on the list. So if any of those strike your fancy, I think the biggest hitter here is Mortal Kombat 11.
There's usually just like one game that's like the big one.
Yeah.
I'm waiting to see what they end up doing with PS Now though.
I mean, yeah, we talked about it before.
Time, yeah. So. I think it's March-ish, they said. That was like the rumor.
Yeah, like March, April, somewhere in there. Yeah.
So hopefully something big happens with that because you didn't get more PS Now, did you?
I did.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I did. So we'll see how that pans out and what goes on with that. But
I'm sure it'll be fun.
Yeah.
And then, PS Plus, though, Zach.
Yes, for those of you who are not subscribed to PS Now, we have in my opinion, pretty great month.
It's top tier. Hey, best of the year so far.
For PS4, we have Persona 5 Strikers, and for both PS4 and PS5, we have Dirt 5 and Deep Rock Galactic.
I think Deep Rock is only 3 people, though.
You mean like co-op?
Yeah.
No. So here, Deep Rock Galactic is a 1 to 4 player co-op FPS featuring badass space dwarves, 100% destructible environments, periodically generated caves, and endless hordes of alien monsters. Work together as a team to dig, explore, and fight your way through a massive cave system filled with hordes of deadly enemies and valuable resources. You will need to rely on your teammates if you want to survive the most hostile cave system in the galaxy. This is what I'm most excited about, and I really want to hop into this with everyone.
Here's the thing that's like, obviously not that sucks, but all 3 of these games I have looked at for a while. Like Deep Rock Galactic, there's a game like it, I think it was only on Steam. If it's the game I'm thinking of, it's very similar, maybe the same one, and I've been wanting it for a while. Dirt 5, I believe you can make your own tracks.
Yeah.
And the three of us were talking about playing that together, making tracks. I'm sure you'll be down to play it. It's like off-road racing.
Speaking of making tracks, I just realized I didn't go through like what I was playing and everything. I'm not going to get into all of it, but I bought Hot Wheels.
Yeah, I saw.
Yeah, and I'll tell you what, it's pretty awesome.
Yeah,
it's amazing. I didn't play too much of it, but you building the tracks, like you can actually buy the old set pieces that we had as kids. Mm-hmm. And add it to the track. It's awesome. I can't wait to hop more into it because I only played like a level or two of it before I like swap back to Guardians. But I'm really excited to see what this game has to offer. Anyway, Dirt 5, yeah, cool.
I want to make my own tracks, and then Persona 5 Strikers. Zach and I were literally talking about that. I think like 2 or 3 podcasts ago.
Yeah, literally.
And I am very happy that it's going to be free.
Yeah,
that's just awesome. I'm playing Royale. I'm sure I'll beat that in a year, and then I'll get to Strikers at some point.
Yeah, dude.
So that's what sucks about playing Royale right now, is I'm not playing Strikers till I beat it.
Right.
So
yeah. Well, Ron, I think the age-old argument when it comes to PlayStation Plus is it worth it? I mean, obviously get the online stuff, but if you're not someone who really plays online games like Call of Duty and everything, is it worth paying the $60 every year for the things that you get? Mm-hmm. And what I want to talk to you about, Ron, call it the topic of the show, if you will, is PlayStation Plus, based on the 2021 year lineup, is it worth the money? So I have a list of all the PlayStation Plus games. We are going to go through it and kind of rank each month and let you know what our opinions are. And in the end, give you our overall perception of how the overall how the year went. Mm-hmm. So.
And what we actually played out of it.
Right, exactly. So starting up with January, we have Man-Eater for the PS5, Tomb Raider, Shadow of the Tomb Raider, and Greedfall.
Greedfall was tragically bad.
Oh, did you play it?
Yeah.
I didn't play it.
I played a little bit. I
didn't play it at all.
Man-Eater, I didn't really like, but Tomb Raider was good. I got all the Tomb Raider games in that collection for free, like throughout PS Pluses and PS Now subscriptions. Yeah. So that was nice. I managed to play the whole series for free.
Yeah. I didn't hop in Greedfall. I played Tomb Raider well before it was free. I never ended up actually beating it. But Man-Eater, love it. Mm-hmm. I played it on the PS4, and I even hopped in on the PS5. And I Man-Eater is one of my favorite games that I've played in 2021. Great time. I would give this month, Ron, a 9
out of 10.
Out of 10, yeah.
I'd give it a 7.
7?
Mm-hmm.
That's fair.
Yeah. February though, worse. We got Destruction All Stars, Control Ultimate Edition, and Concrete Genie. I've heard fantastic things about Control. I think the Control Ultimate Edition for PS5 dropped that month, so I think that was like a surprise release.
Yeah.
Destruction All Stars sucked. I played it a bit, not a fan at all. Terrible microtransactions in it. It just wasn't great. Concrete Genie I played a little bit of, but I kind of forgot I even got it for free with Plus. But I can't really rank this month because I didn't like. The only one I played was Destruction All Stars, and I hated it. Mm-hmm. I don't want to give it a 0. People who love Control.
Yeah.
So I've been thinking about playing that at some point, but I doubt I ever do.
So I played Concrete Genie the year prior to 2021. I think it was in 2020 during the lockdown and everything. I love the story of Concrete Genie. It was a lot of fun. It was really sweet. It was beautiful with like the art and the way you do things. It did get repetitive at times, and the story wasn't always the best. Mm-hmm. But overall, I really loved the game, and I forget who made it. But I'm really excited to either see a Concrete Genie 2 or just a new game with this same type of style. Mm-hmm. I did hop into Control again before that year.
I think I played like a couple levels and then I stopped.
Yeah.
I wasn't really feeling it.
Yeah. It was a lot. And I think it was in that weird time where you start things and you're like, nothing feels right. But I did like it. It was cool. And like you said, a lot of people who play it, like, they swear by this game. So I'd give this month an 8, I think.
I'm going to give it a 4.
Oh, geez. Okay.
The only one I really played was Destruction All Stars, and I hated it.
Yeah.
So I can't. And I can only really rate that game.
That's
I
fair.
only played the other ones for max 30 to an hour. and that's just not fair for me. But
Yeah.
March, Zach, we got Final Fantasy, which
7
was like
remake.
the weird thing with the remake.
Yeah.
Farpoint, Maquette, and Remnant. Remnant also played. Hate that game. Final Fantasy didn't touch because that's a lot to get into, and I just wasn't feeling it. Farpoint is also on PSVR. I didn't have the gun, so I didn't really try it. To be honest, I've played it at your house before, so I like Farpoint. Maquette, fantastic game. That's like that was like a PS5 only game.
Yeah.
I love puzzle games.
Yeah.
So
No.
that was a lot of fun.
I'm honestly in the same boat as you. I didn't play Remnant. But like honestly, okay. You know what? I have to reorganize this. I'm dropping January. I think down with you to a 7, and I think I'm giving this a 9. March a 9.
Okay.
Yeah, because looking at these games.
Maquette?
No.
Or are you talking about just the quality of the games?
Just the quality of the game. So like, this is based off of my own perception, but like also like, just I think how good the games were for even, you know what I mean? Because like Final Fantasy 7, I've started it and I really liked it from what I played. It didn't hold me forever, but at the same time, I know that there's a lot of people out there who might not have played Final Fantasy 7 remake, but did because of this, and that really means a lot to them. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So Maquette was amazing. I loved Maquette. It was a great story. It was not one of those games that like lingered long enough, but not too long. Farpoint is one of my favorite VR games I've played. It was the first experience I've had with the light gun, and really, you do need the light gun to do it. So if you don't have it, you're really missing out. But I think that Farpoint, Maquette, and Final Fantasy VII Remake make up for whatever Remnant was. So I think this is a 9 for me. Okay. So
I think in terms of quality, I'm with you.
Yeah.
On that. But in terms of games I played, Maquette was the only one I did.
Yeah.
And I give that game a 9. So.
Are you a 9 overall?
Yeah, I'm giving it a 9 overall, based on quality of games. I was so harsh in the last month because I didn't play them and I can't rate it.
Gotcha.
In my opinion.
Makes sense.
April, Zach, we got Oddworld, Soulstorm, Days Gone, Zombie Army 4. Days Gone got a lot more flack than it deserved. IMO. Was it buggy? Sure. Was it fun? A lot.
Absolutely.
Was it long?
Absolutely.
Tremendously long.
Well,
it's welcome at points.
I'm gonna go ahead. Give your score first. I want to see what you have to say.
In terms of quality for it, I only played Days Gone, and that was prior to it being Plus. I think it's a good cop. I'm not into Oddworld. I don't know. It's just something about it I just don't like. And Zombie Army, I believe the Zombie Army trilogy has been out for like a while. So I don't think this wasn't like brand new or anything.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna give it a 7.
7. I'm giving it a 6.
Really?
Yeah.
I was thinking 6, but I just like Days Gone a lot.
Yeah, and that's really it. Like I like Days Gone, but also I'm trying to look at it like the whole thing. So like a 10 for me is like absolutely great games, awesome to have in all aspects. Days Gone really carries this list for me. I know a lot of people like the Oddworld games. They just aren't my cup of tea.
Yeah.
Zombie Army was cool. I think me and Aaron actually hopped in and played it a little bit. I liked it, but it wasn't something I want to like go back to. You know what I mean? But Days Gone, I think, picks all of that stuff up and brings it to like an okay month. Like if I see like when I saw this, I wasn't disappointed. Like especially if I didn't have Days Gone. You know what I mean?
No, I mean that's fair.
So yeah.
I'm gonna be honest with you, Zach. May, I'm just gonna tell you right now, 0.
Oh, May's a 0 for you?
May's a 0. We got Wreckfest, Battlefield 5, and Stranded Deep. I saw this list and I added them to the library and I didn't even bother to touch them.
Gotcha.
Wreckfest, I watched like trailers on them. Like, all right, this isn't for me. Actually, it's a lie. I did load up Wreckfest and played, and I was like, all right, yeah, this sucks.
Yeah.
Not a fan, just of that Crash Derby type of game. Battlefield 5, why am I gonna play that? And then Stranded Deep, nah, like not really a fan. It was no Subnautica type of game, and I was just like, nah, I'm out. Personally, for me, worst or second worst. I think it's actually the second worst month, and I'm giving that one a 0.
I'm giving this one a 3.
Really?
Yeah, and the Stranded Deep is the only reason why I played it. I really liked Stranded Deep. I had a lot of fun with it. I just never actually ended up hopping back into it. Battlefield, I mean, no. And then I didn't even touch Wreckfest. So yeah, I mean, it's a 3, but at the same time, like, I'd rather would have just paid for Stranded Deep because I had Stranded Deep was on my list for a while. So I was happy to see it, and I think that's why it's sitting at a 3 and not like the 0. But yeah, this isn't amazing. So yeah.
June. In terms of quality for what you get, I'm gonna give it a 7. We got Operation Tango, Star Wars Squadrons, which is a huge one, IMO, and then Street Fighter. Or is that Street? No, Virtua Fighter 5.
You giving it a 7?
Yeah, I'm gonna give it a 7. I think for the fighting fans, that's a good game. Especially because I think in 2020, I think we got Mortal Kombat towards the end of the year, and I think that was like I think every year there's at least like one good fighting game, and I've heard good things about that game. Star Wars Squadrons, I've heard nothing but great things.
Yeah, I'm giving it a 5.
Operation Tango, you and I played a little bit.
Yeah, I'm gonna give it a 5. Fighting games really aren't my cup of tea, but like I know there's a huge audience for them. Star Wars Squadrons is awesome. I made the mistake, which I feel like I do at least twice a year, of buying a game that's free on Plus. I bought it before this and I loved it. I loved it in VR. I loved it out of VR. I think it's a great game. Either if you were definitely if you're a Star Wars fan, or if you're just like a pilot ace kind of starfighter or dogfight type game person, that's a great game for you to pick up. Operation Tango was cool. Me and you hopped in and we played it. It's kind of like in the same like.
It was really
vein.
weird controls though too.
It was, but I liked what it was doing, and I think it would be a fun thing to hop in like with your friend or your girlfriend or I guess significant other or someone who really doesn't play games. So yeah, so I'm gonna give it a 5. It's not a great month, but it's not bad.
No, I understand.
Yeah.
Next month though.
July, Ron.
July is a great month.
July is a fantastic month.
We got A Plague Tale: Innocence, Call of Duty 4. And WWE 2K Battlegrounds. Did not even bother Battlegrounds. WWE, be honest. I've played Black Ops 4 a death.
Yeah.
I think it's a pretty good game, but no campaign, so it's only multiplayer. But I liked the multiplayer, so I'll rank it higher. But Plague Tale is fantastic.
Yeah.
I'm still gonna give it a 6.
Oh, really?
I love Plague Tale, but COD doesn't have a campaign. So if you don't have...
Oh, that is the... Oh, I thought this... Wasn't this the zombies?
Well, what do you mean? The Zombie Chronicle game?
Yeah, didn't they make Zombie Chronicles free on
Black
Plus?
Ops 3.
Yeah, but didn't they make it free on Plus?
Yeah.
Or was that...
It was like with PS Plus Collection.
Oh, that's what I was thinking of. Okay.
Yeah.
Heard. Okay.
And Black Ops 4 doesn't have a campaign. So if you don't have online, then you're kind of SOL. Or if your internet sucks and you want to play Battlegrounds, WWE did not even bother with. But Plague Tale is really good, but I'm giving it a 6 for that month.
I'm gonna give it a 7, mainly because of Plague Tale. I mean, Black Ops 4 is cool, but also it's 4 years old. Yeah. So I mean that's cool, and I'm sure there's somebody out there who or a group of people out there who haven't played it, or like they really this might have been their first introduction into like a multiplayer experience. But Plague Tale, that was the first, I think, full PlayStation Plus game in the same vein of like Control or Days Gone, not like Maquette where it's like a few hours experience, that I actually played and really, really enjoyed. I was shocked that how much I liked this game. Same. And I think that's really what bumps it up that extra point to the 7 for me.
To the point where I'm probably gonna buy the sequel.
Oh, I think I will. Absolutely. I think I'm all in for the sequel. But yeah, so I mean, it's a good month. So I do 7, you do 6.
Yeah. Okay,
cool.
It sucks though, Zach, that we have to go from 7 to 6 to August, which is a fat 0. I hated that. All right, Hunter's Legend. We were excited for that game. We were, and then we played it and said, "Wow, this has no sustainability. It isn't fun."
Yeah.
Plants vs. Zombies. I read that. I don't even think I added it to my library. And then Tennis World Tour. No. Granted, we did love golf. So maybe we would have liked tennis.
We might have.
We might have liked it.
We might have.
But still no. I read that and I was like, yeah, I'll be seeing ya. I'm not playing this. So fat 0, worst month.
I give it a 1.
Why, is Hunter Arena?
No, because I hopped into Plants vs Zombies and it was actually really cool. I didn't play a lot of it, but it was enough for me to be like, oh, I want to hop back into this. But then just other stuff happened. The one is it's a generous one. Don't get me wrong, Ron. This was a really bad month. Yeah, man. I don't know what else there is to say other than August was not the
great.
August.
Sure really
it was a great time to go back to school for anyone going back
all
to
I'm
school.
saying is by August you already made your money's worth off PS Plus for the year.
Yeah. So, moving on to September, Ron.
Better. I have been wanting to play Hitman, the newest one, but I think it's better I start with Hitman 2 because that was free with Plus.
Yeah.
You also got Predator, Hunting Grounds, and Overcooked, All You Can Eat, which is the first
For the PS5.
For the PS5.
Yes.
And it's the first 2 Overcooked games.
Yeah.
First 2 of the only 2.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll be honest, I've been wanting to play Hitman. It is on my list. I'm gonna give it a 7.
I'm gonna give it an 8.
I think Overcooked playing with your friends is so chaotically fun.
Yeah.
That it's just overall a good time.
I agree. I'm gonna go with the 8, mainly because of how big Hitman is. Great. It's a game like I've had on my radar, but like I don't think I would play without it being free or without me having the ability to just have it be free.
Yeah.
And Overcooked, dude, it's a great game, and having the all-you-can-eat edition for the PS5 is phenomenal. Even though I bought it literally like a week or 2 before this. And I really wish we did actually hop into Predator Hunting Grounds because I think that would have been a really at least a fun night or 2 of us doing it. But I think this is just an overall solid lineup that I can't really be upset with at all.
You know what's funny about October?
What's up?
Is that I said Mortal Kombat was free in 2020. It 100% was not, because Mortal Kombat 10 was free in October 2021. That seems like forever ago. I don't want to think about that.
It really does.
We also got Hell Let Loose and 2K21. I genuinely am giving this game a 9. This month a 9.
Really?
Yes.
Are you unironic 9?
I loved I'm giving it a chaotic 9. I loved 2K21 golf so much. That was so much fun. It was like the first game we put clips in that was not Warzone.
Yeah.
Because we were having good times.
Yeah.
And we only stopped just because of just games coming out. Like, it wasn't because we got bored with it. It was like a shift, a cultural shift. I think Mortal Kombat 10 is a fantastic fighting game, and anyone who is a fighting fan would love that. Hell Let Loose, though, sucked.
Yeah, it was horrible.
I played one game, I didn't know where I was. I felt like I was in a 10 times bigger map than Battlefield, and I was like, all right, this sucks. That really sucked. But 9, I'm giving it a 9, a fat 9. I never thought I'd like a PGA golf game in my life, to the point where I would consider buying the next one. With real world earned hard dollar cash, I'd buy it.
I'm gonna go with a 7.
Really?
I'm going with a 7, mainly because
You're not that big of a fighting fan guy.
I'm not that big of a fighting fan guy, but I mean, Mortal Kombat's great. If you're gonna play a fighting game, you know, obviously,
good story too.
Yeah, a great story. Like, my preferred is Injustice, just because I like superheroes. But Mortal Kombat is the only other fighting game, granted I haven't played many, that I've liked other than Injustice.
Yeah.
And the main thing for Injustice that's really doing it is that it's superheroes.
Yeah.
Hell Let Loose was trash, and honestly, that's the thing that's really driving this down for me. But 2K21 PGA Tour it was awesome. It is awesome. I really like that game. And if I'm being honest, Ron, I wouldn't be surprised if we get in another bout and like playing it. If I ever get to a point where like that battle pass gets fully leveled up, I could see myself paying like the $15 for it.
Yeah.
It's a great. I think it's a great month overall, but like Hell Let Loose really drags it. It really drags it down. So yeah, I'm gonna give it a 7. And that being said, the fun we had with 2K21, I'm sure a lot of people didn't. Yeah. So I'm trying to be a little more objective about it, rather than my personal feeling is definitely up there with you around a 9. But my more objective thing is like, is this worth it overall for everyone? Right. You know what I mean? So
now to go on with that movement, Zach, November, giving it a fat 3. Even before I say the games. We got Knockout City, what was it, Re-Reckoning, and First Class Trouble. First Class Trouble was the Among Us that isn't Among Us, and I didn't find it fun. Greg and Aaron liked it, I think. Or I think maybe it was just Greg. I don't remember. I'll ask him. Knockout City, I am happy I didn't buy it. It's basically just Dodgeball Knockout, which is what Dodgeball is. But it's just more chaotic. And I remember seeing that, I think it was a year prior, as like just a game coming out. I was interested in it. I'm happy I didn't buy it, though. I played it for a night and then stopped.
For Knockout City?
Yeah. And then Re-Reckoning, I didn't even...
I don't even know this for sure, but I feel like I heard good things about it. I feel like I did, but I'm not sure.
Sure.
I'm in the same boat as you with the 3. Knockout City seems cool, and it has its audience. It was nominated for Best Multiplayer.
I think so.
This year at the Game Awards.
Knockout City?
Yeah. It was nominated for something at the Game Awards, dude.
Good for them.
Yeah. It might have been community support or like something like that, but it did have a nomination up on that board.
I'm a huge allowed.
And I mean, First Class Trouble, it looked cool, it looked fun. It definitely seemed to have popped off a little bit in the on the Reddits and other gaming spheres, but it didn't seem to
yeah, it was best multiplayer.
Best multiplayer, yeah. Yeah, so I'm going to give it a 3. That is a personal 3, mainly because I don't know much about any of these games.
Yeah.
And if I don't know much about these games, I'd imagine the average person probably doesn't know much about these games either. So, yeah, I think I'm in the same boat as a 3 for you.
December, we got Godfall Challenger Edition, which was another weird one like Final Fantasy, where you're told to like buy the game. DC Supervillains and Mortal Shell. I didn't touch a single one of these games. I'm not gonna rate it. Like in terms of personal preference, quality wise, I'm giving it a 3. Again.
3. I think I'm gonna go middle of the road to go with a 5. I think maybe it was Mortal Shell that I was hearing like a lot of people like say really good stuff about. I'm going right in the middle of the road. DC Supervillains, I can't imagine that's bad. And I mean, you played one Lego game, you played them all, but like they're never bad. Godfall Challenger Edition, like, come on, come on. And more, like I said, I don't know too much about Mortal Shell, but I feel like I've heard some pretty good things. So I don't think it's a bad month. I don't think it's a really great month either. But yeah, that's my take on all of the months. Ron, do you want to? I'm gonna read these numbers off. You want to give them the grand total for each of us?
Oh, like add it up.
Yeah.
All right, so like we'll do a Ronnie score, then a Zach score.
Yeah, I have them all written down. So
okay,
I'm gonna rattle off numbers, and you just keep adding them.
Who are
and
we doing first, Ron or me?
Me.
Ron or you?
We'll do me first.
Okay.
All right. 7,
Mm-hmm.
8,
Mm-hmm.
9,
Mm-hmm.
6,
Mm-hmm.
4,
Mm-hmm.
5,
Mm-hmm.
7,
Mm-hmm.
1,
Mm-hmm.
8,
Mm-hmm.
7,
Mm-hmm.
3,
Mm-hmm.
5.
5. 70 out of 130.
70 out of 130.
Oh, I'm sorry, 120.
120.
Yeah. So you're looking at 58% out of 100, which is failing.
That is failing. All right. Ready for you?
Yep.
7,
Mm-hmm.
4, 9, 7, 3, 7, 6, 7,
Mm-hmm.
9,
Mm-hmm.
3, 3.
I said zeros on 2 of them.
I just didn't read those ones.
Okay. Gotcha. What I have 65. So I gave it up.
Wait, you said 0 on 2 of them? I only have one for a 0 with you.
August and 3 months later, November or whatever, or 3 months prior, May and August. I said 0.
May?
Yeah.
Really? What was May? Oh, Stranded Deep. I thought it says here that you gave it a 3.
What were the games?
Stranded Deep, Reckoning, and Battlefield.
Yeah, I gave it a 0.
Okay, then subtract 3.
So tell me them again.
7.
Yeah.
4.
Mm-hmm.
9.
Okay.
7.
Yep.
0.
Mm-hmm.
7. 6. 7. 9. 3. 3.
All right, 62.
62.
So 51. Wow, so it sucked this year.
Yeah, I honestly am kind of shocked that it was this low. So I guess based off of that score,
It's not worth.
what is your overall take on the year?
Not good, honestly. I mean, it was mid. There's only ever like a few months out of the year where it's ever worth it.
Yeah, you're right.
I mean, let's be honest. And are we really playing 3 new games a month?
No, you're right.
We don't have that time anymore, and even when we did have that time, we didn't do that.
Yeah.
We played COD, that's all we did, and that's all we're known for.
Yeah, I would say that based off my score, it is worth it, but not by a lot if you're looking into saving my...
I mean, PS Plus, you also have to remember you get discounts for deals.
That's my thing. So based off this score and looking at the games that I truly did love, looking at Maneater, looking at Tomb Raider, looking at Squadrons, Plague Tale, 2K21 PGA Tour, and the other games that I think are worth it, but and Maquette and the other games I think are worth it but aren't, but I didn't really play. I would say it's worth 60. Mm-hmm. I would say it's worth 60, but it's all opinion. And if you are buying things off the store, I have no idea how much money I saved on like PS Plus deals, which I wish. Ron, our wrap up. Are they doing the wrap up this year?
They didn't launch it. They always launch it late.
All right, well, we got to talk about that. I really wish on that wrap up they included how much money you saved on PS Plus.
Yeah.
Because I think that'd be a huge thing I think it'd be a huge like deterrent and like.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I really don't think I saved much on PS Plus.
I think we got to combine ours though. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you buy more games than I do.
No, you're right. You're right. Oh well. Overall, I think this year was good.
I think it was average.
Is that good? Is average good? Would you just classify good as above average?
I'd say good is above average, yeah.
Okay. Well, then I think it's above average. All right, guys. That's all I got, Ronnie.
That's all I have, Zach.
All right. Well, thank you guys so much for tuning in to the 48th episode of the PS Pony podcast. Where once a week, every week, me and my best friend get together to bring you all the things you need to know. We'll catch you next week. Post on Monday, or record on Mondays, post on Tuesdays. Things have been going well. Hope you guys had a really wonderful New Year. And if your New Year's resolution is to reach out to us and talk to us on the socials and various other ways, Ron, how can they do that?
Absolutely. So if your New Year's resolution is to reach out to us, you can send us questions, comments, criticisms, everything you want to on our Gmail account. It is AskPSPonies@gmail.com. That is AskPSPonies@gmail.com. And you can follow us on Twitter at twitter.com/PSPonies.
Woo. Thank you guys so much, and we will catch you next week. Hopefully with a PS Wrapped, but we'll see.
I doubt it.